Okay, so what you're saying, you'll work with holiday flag and the date. So you'll use two columns, right? And for that you need to know the AM language. I don't know that, so what should I do? So guys, don't be slave of a tool. There's nobody saying you don't use Excel. Okay, so what you can do, you can extract this data into Excel. This is refined data, right? This is cleansed. It's good to go. So just right click here and copy the entire table. So right click on this kind of intersection right on top, copy entire table, open up an Excel sheet, paste it there, and then you use pivot tables, right? Then you're going to assign. Okay, there's no doubt you can do it here, but then you need to know the AM language, right? Okay, you can write multiple conditions, nested condition statements. Okay, so I copied it, so let's go to, let's open up a new Excel. So here we go, right? So okay, come on, right? So now you can kind of drop rest of the things. We only want to work with holiday, flag, and sales data, right? So you can kind of do filtering and just pick up specific dates and insert the information, right? Okay. So now for the activity purpose, there's another file on Google Classroom, right? It's called holidays, right? So let's download that, and once you download it, let's import that to Power BI. So this file here, holiday reference. Okay, so I want to get data. I think it's a CSV file, so let's go to CSV, and we have holiday reference. Let's press load, and here we go. I have my holiday reference in place, right? And what I did as part of the data cleansing activity, for whatever date we have holiday flag 0, we set it none, right? So that gave us the additional category for the analysis. Okay. So we're going to apply, and let's go to relationship view again, and we should have, here we go. So we have, oops, come on, right. So can we create a link to our fact table between holiday reference and fact? So you can use reference date, right? Okay, so reference date is same as sales date. So let's drop it here. Many to many, yes, go ahead, do that. We are good. Okay, so now you can see it's kind of your fact table, some reference table. So that's what the star schema is, right? Everybody got it? Any questions before we go for a break? So we came to a perfect stop actually, right? So at this point we kind of work with the data transformation. The relationship tables are set. Now we'll go back and do some storyboarding and visualization, right? How do we make it? It depends on data, right? So, well, you managed to add the relationship, right? Or no? Oh, you missed the linking part. Okay. So let me just drop it. So I'm going to delete this one. So from data viewpoint, you need to know which fields are linked, right? So like we know that reference date is same as sales date, right? So doesn't matter. You go to any table. Okay, this one you added. It's the same process for. Well, your store should be there automatically. It didn't come out. Okay. So same way you kind of. Okay. So let me delete this one. So store will be linked to the store because these are the store IDs. So left click on store, drag it to the another store, right? Okay. So can you save your work, please? Don't close it or anything, right? And later on when we come back, then we'll kind of work through the visualization and the dashboard activities, right? Okay. All right, so let's get back round one. So continue with that. Okay, so we have the data in place, right? And now we want to kind of build some storyboards before we add any visuals. So I'd like you to think about this in the same structure what we discussed in morning, right? So there are 4 key elements. So you have problem, hypothesis, right? So that may not be applicable everywhere, particularly when you do descriptive stats. Then you have data sources and visualization, right? So I want to present you some questions in the order we are going to produce a dashboard. So I would like you to write down that question and think about what data do you need, where that is, and then give me your verdict on what kind of visual you're going to use. Is it line chart, bar chart, column chart, whatever that is, right? So what is the max min sales based on the given data set? No, we're going to use Power BI. Yeah. No, don't add anything on Power BI. I would like to know which attribute you will look into, right? And what visual. Then we go to the adding, right? Weekly sales, right? So bar chart. So the bar chart won't give you max min, right?
Minimum is 2,91,000 and something, and maximum is 58.
So you added bar chart there.
I'm just clicking on.
You're just clicking on it. Okay. So again, we're kind of doing the storyboard as a brainstorming session, right? So somebody said bar chart. We know that bar chart won't work. So what else? Line plot again is kind of time series representation, right? So yeah, if you plot the entire data set, you will see the top and the lowest point, right? But it doesn't give you max min. Can you look around into Power BI visuals? What else is available?
Box plots.
Box plot. Well, box plot give you distribution as well, right? As you're presenting this data, I'm only interested in max and min value. Scatter plot is for relationship. So you can see that's why storyboards are useful. Otherwise, you'll kind of throw a plot in, perhaps it doesn't fit your needs, right? Well, cards. So here we go, right? So when you want to present one piece of information, let's say average of something, some max min, so we usually use card, right? So let's add a card, not one, two cards, right? So I would like you to show max sales on one and minimum sales on the other one. So you guys are going to drive the session. Otherwise, if I just show it to you, you'll forget. So max says 3.82 and minimum is 209.99, right? So adding max min is going to be pretty straightforward, right? So let's throw in a card. Now when you kind of do add a card, so I'm going to add one. Let's format that. We'll just replicate the same, right? So here is cards, single row card. So we have sales here, weekly sales. That's what our point of interest is. And remember, by default, it is on sum. We can change it to max, right? Maximum sales. So you got 3.82. And let's do a bit of formatting here. I don't like it how it's presented. You guys managed to get the formatting options? Okay, so let's see. So here we go, format. Oops. So more options. Selected that. So we want to turn on title, and we're going to call it maximum weekly sales. So I'm just going to share, guys, what I do, right, with dashboards. But again, you can always pick up any other ideas when you look at other dashboards too, right? So we want to display max and min. So I want to give it some color scheme here, right? So that, let's say, a color close to red one perhaps present minimum, and a color close to greenish stuff will represent max, right? So let's put that in, and we have text color. I want to make it bold. I want to increase the size so that looks better. and background color, oh come on, there's no green. Okay, let's stick to that. So weekly sales, and then you can kind of play around with the the visual itself to make it fit better, right? So I want to make the numbers bold too. So that was for title, and properties, data format. So that's where you'll kind of find some more bits. So you can turn on tooltip. So remember tooltip, when you take your cursor on it, it will display the information. So here we go, right? So max of weekly sales. Alternative text, in case you want to display the alternative text, one is published, right? Advanced options, maintain layer order. That's kind of primarily applicable into other visuals, not into cards, right? So come to that. Okay. So I think that's all, right, for this particular part. Size and style. So that's, you can kind of play around from here instead of just setting values those into those fields, right? So just resize it from here. Okay. Call out value. So that's where you set or play around with the value in the particular field, right? 3.82. So that's under here, call out value. And that's already on kind of natural black color. So that's good. Let's set it to bold. So that's all. And you can center the title, right? So, okay. So now I want to copy this visual to display the minimum sales too. So let's copy and paste. And one of the things I do when I'm presenting information, usually I will dedicate one side. For example, we want to display max, min, or those kind of values. So whatever is not falling within the range, so that will go to right hand side. Remember, people usually read from left to right. So I have my max values on left hand side and min values on the right hand side. But we can change the background color to kind of a color which is close to red, right? So that way we know that we didn't do well there, right? Okay, so that's the minimum value. Okay. Is everybody okay with this? If you got it, the next piece of information would like to add how many stores are reporting the sales performance. So I want to know number of stores in this data set. How many?
6,400 stores.
Come on, that's just such a big number. No, I don't think so. So number of stores. So what did you guys do?
Add another card with the count of stores.
Count of stores. Okay. Anybody else wants to give it a go? So I have another card. And I'm going to 45 stores, right? Count distinct. Is everybody okay with that? Count distinct. So in the fields, right, in this particular visual where we have count of stores, so it doesn't matter, you can add store from here too, but I want to go here because we created a new field, right? So if you do count, that should give you the 45. If you add store from here, then you can do distinct count, because you have multiple times 1, multiple times 2 is just counting everything otherwise, right? So now you can see that's where your reference table becomes useful. Can I read this? Okay. So I'm going to add store ID into fields. I think this might look different at your end, right? But instead of having, in case it gives you sum or anything else, we want to use count here, right? You got it? Okay, guys, so let's say I don't have this reference table, right? So I can still add store from here. But in this case, I have 6,000. So when your data is replicated, then we do distinct count, right? So it's still got 45. So either way is fine. Just make sure you're picking the right operator, right? Okay. So anyways, I'm going to go back here. Let's do that to make things consistent. So again, if you're copying and pasting visual, please make sure you change the header, right? So this is number of stores. So title is going to be number of stores. And this is minimum weekly sales, not maximum. Shall we move forward? Okay. Right. All right. Max. Yeah. Minimum. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Right. Let's go to next one. How many stores have weekly sales above 3.5 and below 3.5? So I would like you guys to go back to the storyboard. Please think about what data you need. In case you need any operator, what would you do with that? Anyways, we're going to use card, right? So let's not stress you guys too much. Okay. How many stores have weekly sales above 3.5 and below 0.5 millions? Which means $500,000, right? 0.5 million is 500,000. So again, I would like you to add two cards, one with kind of that goldish color, right? That's above 3.5, and one with the red background, that's less than 500,000. And just a hint here, you need to use the filter. So we want to have stores above 3.5, right? So all of you kind of added up to this point. So you have a, so I'll just kind of copy that one, right? So stores above 3.5, and we want to change data here. So again, weekly sales, but that's kind of everything, right? And you can add a filter. So we have weekly sales here, right? And I want to add a filter. Okay, why is not selecting a filter? Okay. Okay, so add fields here. Okay, hang on. I want to have top 5 by weekly sales. Sorry, I think I deviated what we're trying to do. How many stores? Sorry, we want to do store count, right? Okay, let's do it again. All right. So we want to have stores, and I want to have distinct count of stores to start with. So count distinct. So we have 45 stores, right? And then we want to apply a filter on this particular page. So we will add weekly sales and top n, so top 5, because that's the point of interest. We want to have top 5 stores, so look into weekly sales for those top 5. And well, please make sure there's a lock, so lock that filter, then it's only applicable to this visual. Okay, so let's do apply. So 5 stores which has above 3.5 mil. The other thing I will recommend when you're kind of developing a dashboard, you can always add a table on a side, and in that table you can throw in, let's say, sales data. We can add store and and weekly sales, right? So kind of date, store, and sales. And for sales, I want to do it, don't summarize. I want to look into the individual values. So if we go here and look into, okay, alright, so this resolution isn't good at all. Okay. So you can see there are 5 stores. No, there are more than 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's see, what did we do here? No, not top end. Advanced filtering is greater than, yeah, 350,000 and million, right? So we want to apply it on weekly sales, right? So unlock it is greater than, yeah. Did it work for you guys? It's still showing 5, right? Okay. So what did we do? Okay, count of stores. Let's remove it. We have 45. Okay, just give me a second. No, guys, this correct is correct. Let's pay attention to details. Okay, right. Okay, so if you look carefully, if you guys have this table, we are doing distinct count there. So there will be, let's say, store number 20, which has weekly sales of up 3.5, I think twice. Store number 13, we're just counting it once, right? Because our point of interest is how many stores. Okay? So see, store number 14 is unique, 20 is appearing twice, store number 4 is twice, then 13 is twice, right? So if you kind of look into these unique values, you will end up having 5 stores only, right? Okay. Everybody managed to add filter?
It says blank.
Blank, okay. I think you're putting one more zero. got half, right? Not greater than zero. So we won't have greater than. It's for less than. So that would be from 0 to 0. Now we have filtering. Must have less. This one, right? And we have so based on zero thousand. So the other thing, guys, you need to be careful. Let's say you added a filter on a visual. If you copy and paste, the filter will be copied as well. So it may create problems for the other visuals, right? So be careful with that.